Hello, we're back. And, we called this a show the Lonely Hearts Club program. We had to switch it up because the hacking was so bad and change everything up. But I think it's going to be more personal for the public, and the questions will be still humorous and a lot of stories to tell. We try to throw a little humor in, but it doesn't have to be about a boyfriend, a broken heart. It could be about losing a loved one, losing a pet, losing, your job, and your best friend. Lonely hearts, broken hearts come from many walls, and so we're going to get into it. We're going to push into it real quick. We have a guest here. She's a local manager for a restaurant chain, and her name is Chrissy. Chrissy, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. And how long, or have you been a resident of Sacramento?
Just for a few months.
Just for a few months. And where did you come from?
I just moved down from Washington. I lived there about 3-4 years.
And how was Washington State?
It was great, but the weather absolutely sucked. Constantly rainy, constantly dark and dreary, but very beautiful. People were very kind, and just a great place to live as long as you like the rain. That's it.
Rainy.
Yes, very rainy, wet, dreary, like I said.
Is that where Mr. Cobain came from?
Yes.
Kirk?
Yes, I even stopped by where he actually lived.
Really?
The town is a ghost town, but very
That's
pretty.
sad.
Very pretty though.
Sad.
It's beautiful.
It's sad what happened to him.
Yes.
Terrible. that is a sad story.
That in itself is a tragedy. Yes.
Yeah. What's the rumor up there? What happened to him?
He committed suicide.
You think so?
Yeah.
Sometimes everybody said that was murder.
I believe it was suicide. Just too much of the news, people being on him, like he couldn't handle the famous life,
What did people think of his wife?
I don't even know. I've never actually asked about that. I've just asked about him himself. But I feel like everyone agrees with me that he committed suicide because he could not handle the fame.
Not his grandfather.
Yeah.
I watched the biography.
He was a beautiful soul, though.
Yeah, his grandfather insists that he was murdered. But that's another story, and, hopefully he's in peace. He's a very talented man, very unhappy.
Yeah.
And a grandfather said that too.
May he rest in paradise.
Yes, he will. Moving on to you. So you come down to Sacramento, and what do you think of it?
I actually love it. I feel like people are a lot more friendlier here, a lot more outgoing, and more accepting. And Washington, if you weren't about your money, if you weren't up there, people didn't accept you or accept anything about you. Yeah.
In Washington State, I've never been there, but I heard a lot of different things about them. A lot of strange things happen up there.
Very different.
Yeah.
If you're not wealthy, then they don't accept you. Period.
Right. Very expensive too.
Yes.
Extremely expensive.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, Hollywood is expensive.
No, not like Washington.
I'm sure there's other places in California that are just expensive or more. But I think California and Sacramento, especially Sacramento, is basically cheaper than Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
for average living. Yes. I mean, I paid $1,200 for a house plus utilities, and it was only really a 1-bedroom house.
Yeah, I paid $1,200 for a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And but the people are nice here. So you don't know much about the Arden area. It's getting a little bit. I've lived here for 2.5 years. It's getting a little rough.
Yeah.
It's getting a little sketchy, rough. I still like the people though. We welcome you.
Thank you.
Now, let's get on to your story, and I am going to do a little bit of grief. too when you lose a loved one or a friend or a partner. Tell me a little bit about your love life. What's going on? Were you married?
I was engaged for 8 years.
Okay.
The worst 8 years of my life. The only great thing that came out of it was my 6 children.
Wow, you've been blessed.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, 6. I can't even handle the 2 I have.
I got tired of doing the same thing with the same guy. It was unappreciative. I done everything for this guy, for my kids. I took care of him financially completely and mentally and physically. And the guy just done me wrong all the way around. And I got tired of living like that. I got tired of being dealt not even like a half a hand, like
piece of furniture.
Yeah, like I was nothing to him.
A piece of furniture.
Yeah, I got tired of dealing with it. I done everything for this man. I supported him in every aspect of his dreams.
Now, did he work?
No, I took care of him fully.
Yeah.
Fully, financially, mentally, support. Like I was everything for him, and he still.
Did he help you with the children?
No.
Oh, that's sad.
No.
So you had it a little bit rough there.
Yeah.
Rough there. So that's the only relationship you've been in.
That was one of them. I have 6 children. My first son was with another man, but he raised my first son since he was 7 months old. So he's been there with me for 8 years since my son was 7 months old. But he was very wrong to my son. He called him retarded and all kinds of bad stuff at the end.
And your oldest son is what, autistic?
Yes, he is. And he's a very sweet, loving boy. Like
so you sort of had some rough relationships here.
Yeah.
And what are you blaming it on?
I actually blame it on myself for allowing those things to happen, allowing men like that to be in my life, accepting that kind of a lifestyle, accepting that that was okay for me when it wasn't.
Yeah. Is it have a little bit of how you were raised?
Yes. My parents were very dysfunctional. They were always on drugs. My dad always beat my mom. He told her she was like worthless, this, that. So I accepted that lifestyle because I was raised in that lifestyle.
Were they divorced?
Yes, they are divorced.
Okay.
They've been divorced for about 14 years.
Okay. So, but you still, did you come from a big family?
Yes, very large family.
Okay.
My mom had 6 kids.
Okay, so that's in the genes. Okay.
Both my sisters have 5, 6 kids.
You're used to that.
Yeah.
So, well, I came from a very, I don't know, men are men. You know, my mom, your mother usually is your best counselor. I can only say my mom maybe was wrong about 2 things in my life. And she apologized on her deathbed for them. She was very upset. She felt I had, she stopped me in growth. It was, get married, have babies, be a secretary, dress up 9 to 5, and I bombed at it. I mean, I just bombed at it. I just don't like it. Terrific businesswoman I am, but I am no secretary. And, I am a clairvoyant. I do readings, and, I just rose from the occasion with my first marriage being a divorce. Once again, I came from a little, everybody has problems behind closed doors. Everybody. My dad was like to gamble a little bit too much. But, the worst side was the man I married. Which, if I would have known the dysfunctionalness in his family. But, I'm a Virgo. We are loyal to our mates. We tend to feel there's hope, and when we fall, we fall. What I know now, it was just infatuation or the thing to do in the 80s. And my, Joe did show me what true love is, and then I found out what falling in love instantly. Wow. That love at first sight. So go ahead, go on with your story.
So I reference from this. I always tell people, like men, especially men, okay, if you have a daughter, right, and you look at yourself, what if you had a daughter that dated a man that was just exactly like you? Would you accept it? Would you accept the way that they treat women, the way they talk to women, the way that they act for women? Would you accept the kind of man that you are to date your daughter? And if you can't say yes, then there's something wrong, right?
That's a good one.
Yes, there's a problem there. If you can't Would you want your daughter to date someone that was
Well, men
just
are,
like you?
you know, like my mom said, she earned her own assholes. You just got to pick the right asshole.
Yeah.
So I didn't pick the right asshole on the first one. I did pick the right asshole on the second one, but he got terminally ill. I married somebody 30 years older than me.
Yeah.
A little Italian mafia man.
Yeah.
And he was cute. And he took care of the kids. He was in the rackets. And I can't get away from those bad boys.
Yes.
But I never have a problem with him once I marry him.
Yeah.
But, and this is a big but.
Yeah.
And I stay at home. I don't run around. I don't go to bars. I just stay with the kids. That's a big difference than a woman. Yeah, I can tell you are.
Yes.
I can tell you're a good soul.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big difference than a woman running around doing this. And that. You know, these bitches, they always get the guy.
Yeah, like
They run around, they cheat, they do this, they do that. You know?
I was dedicated to one man for 8 years, and he's still done me dirty as fuck. Like, I've done everything for him.
Okay, getting off of our past, because we want to look on to new and bigger horizons. You know, what is it with these men that make promises and then they don't keep them? And then you stay loyal. Is there anything about loyalty left?
I think that it's men are cowards. They're too scared to commit to anything. They feel like that if they do commit to something, that they're going to be let down. Which, in all reality, it's really like, it's just a subconscious of their mind, like telling them that. But if they really gave their all to a woman, she would give her all to them. You know, it's just like, it's fear. Basically, it's fear. It's fear telling men, well, this is what's going to happen, this is what's going to happen. But if, in all honesty, if they opened up and said what they wanted,
as old as Joe was, he was scared. He would not marry me until he was off of probation.
Exactly. It's
6 years.
It's
I had to wait 6 fucking years for that.
Yeah, but
and I did.
After
and I did.
Tired of waiting, you know?
I did.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing. I did. You know, oh shit, that's another story. But you know, okay. So you see, Priscilla, we're gonna take a short break. We'll be back.